Welcome to Sayfie TV. I'm Justin Sayfie, and today we're pleased to be joined by U.S. Senator Mel Martinez. Senator Martinez, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Good to be with you.
Yesterday you announced that you would not be seeking re-election in 2010 for your U.S. Senate seat. Why did you choose to make the decision at this time?
And I've always been someone who is pretty transparent and deals with things up front and forthrightly, tried to anyway. And once I made the decision in my heart that I wasn't going to run again, I really thought the best thing was to put it out there. I didn't want to get into the conversation of 2010. However, the conversation on 2010 already began. And so I felt that it was important to put that down because I didn't want the decision to have been viewed as having to do with the election or who was running or who wasn't running. So before anyone else announced, before anything else happened, just to make it clear that this is a purely personal decision, having nothing to do with the political situation one way or the other, and that I really was just someone who was in private life most of my life, wanting to go back to private life.
Did President-elect Obama's victory in Florida impact your decision in any way?
It really didn't in any way, shape, or form, because I believe that in that victory, frankly, I took a slice that I thought was pretty positive. If you were to give me a better share of the Hispanic vote than John McCain got, I would have done very well in that same race. I really believe that I would have had the kind of support that I enjoyed in the past and that Jeb Bush has enjoyed, and that I think I'm pretty uniquely in a position to have garnered a strong support from the Hispanic community in Florida. In other words, I won Dade County my first time out. I won Orange, I won Osceola, and I think those are crucial places where John McCain lost the election.
One question that many people are asking is whether you will serve the completion of your term, which ends in January of 2011. Will you serve the remainder of your term?
Yeah, I've been absolutely shocked by the number of rumors that are out there about all of this. The fact is, I have no intentions to do anything other than conclude my term in the Senate. I have a third of my term left. When people think about it, this is a 6-year term, so 1/3 of a Senate term is still to go. And what I think is wonderful is that I'm going to be unencumbered by the need to raise money and the need to campaign, and I'm going to be the very best senator Florida can have.
What will be the priority as for your remaining third of your term while in the U.S. Senate?
Well, there are 2 or 3 things I really want to focus on. I want to continue to work hard on the issues of housing. Housing has been a tremendous part of the economic downturn that we've had, particularly here in Florida. So I want to continue to be a voice there, as I have been in the past. In the area of the Armed Services Committee, I am the ranking member in the Sea Power Subcommittee. I want to continue to work towards the building of a 313-ship naval fleet for the United States. And I'm also very interested, if President Obama would put it forth as part of his priorities, to work on immigration reform. That's an issue that still needs to be done, and it desperately needs to be done for this country's sake.
Right. Last question is, it was reported by Politico.com that former Florida Governor Jeb Bush is considering running for the U.S. Senate seat that you will be leaving in 2 years. What do you think of that news, and what advice would you give former Governor Bush and others who may be considering running for the United States Senate?
Well, first of all, I'd be delighted to be succeeded by Jeb Bush. It'd be an incredible honor. I think he would be a terrific senator if he chose to do that. I think Jeb Bush proved himself to be an incredible governor. He did a great job in this state, a very passionate leader, a man of real ideas, and I think someone that our party could desperately need at this point in time when our party needs to broaden the idea menu and could speak to a new generation of voters and bring the Republican message of smaller government, lower taxes, and more individual freedom to a whole new generation. So I would be delighted if that occurred. I think in terms of advice, I would say get out early and raise a lot of money. This is a big race where a lot of money needs to be raised. I think I had planned to raise $25 million if I had run, and you know, that is a tall task, and so no doubt that I think that would be at the corner. And I think the second thing, obviously, is to make sure you check your gut first, because this is going to be a tough race. Any race in Florida is always going to be tough and contested. And obviously, Jeb Bush, I think, would have an easier path than most. But I think, other than that, I think it would be a real honor to serve in the U.S. Senate. There's a very, very small number of Floridians who've had that privilege, and I consider myself a very, very lucky man to have done it.
You were born in Cuba. You emigrated to this country at the age of 15 in the Peter Pan program. What has it meant to you to serve as United States Senator?
Well, I'm the first foreign-born senator. I am the first Cuban American in the U.S. President's cabinet and also in the Senate. They've been incredible honors. I'll always carry those with me, and I think it has meant the world to me to have had this kind of opportunity to give back to a country that has done so much for me and for so many other Cuban Americans, frankly. And so a chance to give back and to make a contribution, I hope has been a positive one, has been an unusual privilege, and I'm really proud to have had that opportunity.
Great. Senator, thank you so much for joining us today on Sayfie TV. Thanks.